everybody, it's Crystal Crawford or C. Crawford Writing, and I'm here with my Wednesday Wattpad update. So first of all, I just want to say that I'm probably going to be switching these videos to just monthly, maybe the first Wednesday of every month, unless I have something specific that I want to share in video form. Otherwise, I do pretty frequent updates just through Wattpad anyway, on my wall or through messages to followers. So, but I do want to stay real and stay connected with you guys. So I'm still going to be doing these videos. I'm just going to cut back the frequency so that I'm not being redundant and just, you know, saying what I said the week before. So for this week, here are the updates. I actually do have something new this week. So I mentioned this on Wattpad. I sent out a message to my followers, and I posted about it in the story, but there is now a game version of I'm Not a Stalker. I'm actually really excited about this. I've been working with a company that makes apps, and they asked me to create a story, an app version of the story for I'm Not a Stalker. So it was a little bit tricky actually to make this version for several reasons. One reason was because the format of the app obviously is different than the format of Wattpad. So rather than tell the story through emails, primarily, they wanted me to do anything that had been in an email, they wanted me to do in text, because they have the functionality to show text messages within the app better than emails. So I converted everything to group text instead of group emails. That was one change. But even bigger than that was that the story in the app could not be entirely just text message based. It needed to have actual scenes. So because I'm already writing stories from the points of view of the guys in the book, for the app, I am in Anissa's point of view, and so you're going to see, if you play the game, you're going to see scenes, you're going to be Anissa in the story, but you're going to see scenes play out that logically would have happened during the course of the story, but that were not in the original book just because of the format. I wasn't showing every single scene, I was just showing the email correspondences in the original book. So if you play the app version of the story, you're going to see some additional interactions between Anissa and her classmates, between Anissa and Megs, and some other characters that really kind of flesh out the story from Anissa's perspective and fill in some of the gaps from what you're seeing in the original story. So there will be content in the app that was not in the original version of the story. The other thing that made this tricky was because of the nature of the app. The app is called My Story, Choose Your Own Path. And so it's really cool because it allows you as the reader to make choices at different parts in the story. So I had to craft in the choices and give you guys options. And then I had to create alternate outcomes based on which of the choices you decided to go with. So there are additional scenes that you can unlock depending on the choices you make in the game. And the choices do track with you through the game. So some of the scenes come as a result of a choice you've made in a previous chapter, because the app has the ability to follow those choices through for you. So I was able to sort of create alternate paths, alternate realities, if you will, for Anissa based on what you choose as the reader whenever you're playing this game. So I think it's really cool. I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm asking that you go and check it out. Not only because it's a really cool supplement to the original story, but also because the story right now is sort of in a trial period in the game. So they are tracking the statistics to see how much interest there really is in it. And there's a few chapters up right now, and there's a couple more that are going to be released, and then it's going to sort of go on hold to see whether it's well received or not. So whether or not I get to finish out the story in the app depends on how many people actually read it and interact with it and what the response is to it. So I would appreciate it, if you don't mind, if you could help me out and go check it out, because I actually am getting paid for this. So my ability to continue writing new chapters for it means that I actually get paid more. So that would be really cool. All right, so other than that, I am working on the third I'm Not a Stalker book, so it's the second additional POV book now. There are 2 chapters up. It's called He's the Stalker, Not Me. This week I'm going to be posting a 3rd chapter, and I'm planning to post, as I did before, every Friday a new chapter until that book is finished. This book is going to be much shorter than the other ones, so I'm aiming, right now it's looking like it's going to be maybe 5 to 6 chapters total. So it's more of an extended short story, but I think it gives a really interesting perspective into one of the characters that was sort of villainized in the original book. So check it out if you haven't already. And after that one, I'm going to be moving into the next one. I'm trying not to say which POV, but I'm suddenly realizing it doesn't really matter, because originally when I only had 1 book up, it could possibly have been a spoiler for me to say whose point of view it was in. But now that I have multiple books up, I don't see why it would hurt for me to just tell you that I have, you know, Hunter and Declan, and I'm going to be working on Matthew, and then there's a surprise one. That's going to be the last one to finish up the series. I've mentioned to a couple of you that there's actually sort of a mysterious undercurrent thread that is working in the background of some of these stories, and it is going to sort of come to fruition in that last book. So there might be some, not only is it a surprise POV, but there might be some surprising insights that you find in that book. So I recommend that you read all of the books in this series. I know it seems like overkill to reread the story from so many different perspectives, but I promise that each book reveals new information. Whereas Maybe I Am a Stalker was basically a retelling of the original story, the others are not. They are little snippets of alternate scenes and things that fill in gaps from the original story. And not just a rehashing from another perspective of the original. So I would recommend reading all of them if you're interested in these characters in this story, because it's going to give you a much more rounded view of what was really happening in the background of all of the emails and texts in the original. So that's it. The last thing is t-shirts. We are working on it. We sort of had a delay with our designer. Well, my husband is the designer, but he does professionally graphic design is what he does, and he got swamped the last week with a couple of projects for his business that couldn't be put on hold. So the t-shirt company is waiting for him to make a couple updates to the designs, and then once they get that from me, after I get it from him, and then they get that from me, then they're going to be moving forward with setting up a website where t-shirts can be ordered. I'm working with them to see, we may even be able to offer some sweatshirts, and the designs, several different designs depending on the voting. I think I'm going to go with maybe the top 3, and then multiple colors for each design, a couple of different style options. So that is all in the works. It just might be a few more weeks before it is actually up and ready to go, but I will keep you updated on that. So as always, if you have any questions or you want to contact me, I really do respond to messages. Anybody who has tried to message me will confirm that I actually do respond to them. So if you post a comment on my story, I do my best to respond. I get a lot of comments, so occasionally one falls through the cracks. So if you commented and I didn't respond, please don't think I was ignoring you. It probably just slipped through and accidentally got deleted with some other notifications, because sometimes that has happened. So if you had a specific question, you can just message me directly, either through Wattpad or through Facebook or through my website or my email address. I respond to all of them. So thank you so much, you guys, for making this such an exciting writing journey for me. You guys are really helping me to feel like my writing career is finally going somewhere, and that's exciting. So I just want to say thank you, and even though I'm only going to be doing these updates probably once a month now, unless I have something specific I want to announce in person, I'm still going to keep you guys updated through Wattpad. I'm still going to be posting weekly my chapter updates on Wattpad. So the only thing that's going to be changing is the frequency of these videos. All right. Thank you guys. I hope you all had a wonderful 4th of July if you live in America. We had a good day with family yesterday, so I'm still a little sunburned, but it's great. And I hope you all have a great week. Please check back on Friday to see the new chapter that I'll be posting. And check out the app if you don't mind. Thank you guys. Oh, the app, one more time, is called My Story Choose Your Own Path. And it's free to download and free to use, with the exception of some premium content that you can either earn gems for, but you have to wait, you know, certain time periods to be able to earn more, kind of like with Candy Crush and your lives. Or you can purchase them. That's how the app makes its money, but you don't have to. You can do the free. My story is called I'm Not a Stalker. My name as the author is on it. They did that just for me. Isn't that awesome? They weren't crediting authors before, but I requested that. And anyway, they shelved it under comedy, which was an interesting choice, but I can see why. So that's where you'll find it in the app. Okay, thank you guys. Bye.